Now we're going to turn to an outer space story and an eclipse happening in just a few days. On Thursday night into Friday morning, you can check out a total blood moon lunar eclipse. And the best part is, you don't need any special equipment to do so. Joining us now is Andi Swirbul, manager of the University of Iowa's Van Allen Observatory. Andi, thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks.
Why don't we start with what is happening here? What is a blood moon and what does it mean for the lunar eclipse?
Yeah, so a blood moon is just the name they give to the lunar eclipse when it's like appearing red. So basically, what's going to happen is with any lunar eclipse, we have like the sun and we have Earth and then we have the moon. And so basically, Earth is directly between the sun and the moon. And then this actually causes the moon to pass into the Earth's shadow. And so that'll, first it'll just dim the light from the moon. But then as it passes completely into the shadow, what will happen is the light from the sun will actually go through Earth's atmosphere. And so that'll be the only light that's illuminating the moon. And then our atmosphere will actually scatter the blue light, which then will cause the moon to appear sort of reddish orange. And so hence the name blood moon.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking, like our super moons, sometimes we call them a blood moon, but it has nothing to do with that.
Well, sometimes we'll use like supermoon to refer to when the moon, it's also a full moon, is appearing like really large on the horizon. So a lot of times supermoons and blood moons can happen at the same time. It just depends.
Oh my gosh, Andi, you're blowing my mind right now. So when and where will this week's lunar eclipse be visible at?
So the lunar eclipse, if you want to see the entire thing, it's pretty much visible from most of the Western Hemisphere. I know basically the entire continental US is getting a really great view. As far as when, that's going to be in the night between March 13th and 14th. So the eclipse itself is going to begin just before about 11 p.m. Central Time. And then we'll have totality beginning around just before like 1:30. It's like 1:26 a.m. Central. And then that totality will last for just over an hour and it'll end at 2:31. And during that time, the totality is when the moon is going to appear really red. So that's when the moon is going to be in basically the deepest part of the Earth's shadow. And then the rest of the eclipse will continue as the moon moves kind of out of the shadow, and it'll end around like 5 a.m. Central.
So if you stay up late and you're going to watch this, or you get up early and you're going to watch it, do you need a telescope, binoculars? Can you just go out in the country and look up?
Yeah, so even with the naked eye, you should be able to get a great view, and the color, especially during that time of totality, so from about like 1:30 to 2:30 in the morning, is going to be really vivid. I definitely recommend binoculars if you have those lying around, but a telescope is definitely not necessary to see this.
All right, Andi, let's say you miss this one, you sleep in. When is your next chance to spot a total lunar eclipse in this part of the country?
So that's tricky because the total lunar eclipses actually don't come by that often. We do have like lunar eclipses fairly often, but I think the next eclipse that we even have that's visible from like um, from the US is going to be in August of 2026. There is another total lunar eclipse in this September, but it's only going to be visible from like Asia and parts of Europe.
Andi, thank you so much for your expertise and for joining us today. I am so excited. I'm going to stay up late and try to watch this on Thursday night.
Yeah, same here.
If you guys at home want to share this story, we have our online version up at WQAD.com. All you have to do is click on the As Seen on TV tab.